In this video, I'm going to explain in detail a process of metabolism manipulation called metabolic priming that has let my clients get to low body fat percentage, get to 10% body fat, and stay there long term. So if you guys don't know by now, my name's Adam. I'm an online fitness coach, online fitness professional. I help career-driven, busy men with tight schedules get very low body fat percentage, lose body fat they've been trying to lose for the last 5-6 years, and finally get very low in body fat percentage and reach their dream body. So I've worked with over 60 men in just the past 6 months, and I've helped those 60 men get in very low body fat percentage, finally seen their abs, and lose a bunch of body fat in the process. So I've not only done this process myself, I've competed in multiple different bodybuilding shows. Here's the process of using metabolism manipulation myself. Lost 50 pounds in 5 months, 222 to 173. Competed in that show and won a nice trophy. So I have, been using this process of metabolism manipulation with me and my clients to see predictable progress, right? So using this process, it'll be the last time that you ever need to try something new. It'll be the last diet you never need to try because it is not only predictable, it is sustainable. So if you're listening to this right now and you have tried processes like keto, intermittent fasting, carnivore, and you either gained it all back or you just sit and plateaued, then this is the video for you. Make sure to stick around, and I'm going to show you exactly how I get my clients very low in body fat percentage. So there will be a link in the description of this video for a chance to sign up for a one-to-one with me to see if we are a good fit to work together, and if we are, we can get you rocking. So in this video, I'm not only going to break down my entire metabolic priming blueprint, I'm going to explain what metabolic priming is in the form of metabolic adaptation, but I'm also going to break down protein, fats, calories, and macros. And I'm also going to associate client transformations and client testimonials that I have currently worked with and that I'm currently working with right now to lose body fat predictably. So before I get started, this video is typically for men who are financially stable and have good jobs and are able to afford gym memberships, good nutrition, and who have been stuck and kind of plateaued for a while now. I do not work with beginners because you typically just have a couple different issues than the guys that I currently work with. The guys that I currently work with, have been trying for some time now. They can follow a plan. They have great work ethic. They're highly motivated, and they eat healthy, but they just are just a little bit lost and confused down to the macronutrient and down to the science, what they need to get to a low body fat percentage and finally lose the body fat they've been struggling to lose for some time now. So the people that I currently work with usually have been stuck in a fat loss plateau, scared of carbohydrates. They try new diets every few months. Every summer, maybe you try cutting your calories, cutting your carbohydrates. And if you're under 2,000 calories, then this is the video for you, because you're finally not going to ever have to starve yourself again, because my clients are eating more food and they are leaner. And I'm going to show you exactly how they do that. I have been struggling with this myself. For the past 5 years, I have struggled with this myself. I've been overweight. I've been skinny fat. I have been super skinny, starving myself, doing tons of cardio. I've been overweight because I rebounded back from starving myself under 2,000 calories. And then I've gotten lean again, and I've just yo-yoed for the past 3 to 5 years. And the thing is that I did have 80% of it figured out. I had 80% of the entire process figured out on how to get to lower body fat percentage, but I didn't have that last 20% that would actually help me keep me there long-term and have lifetime sustainability with the lower body fat percentage in the life that I wanted to live with my dream body. So this is like 9 months later after my show. I'm like just proof that I am still as lean as ever, right? Because using this process, it is not only predictable, but it is sustainable. You can use it over and over again, and it's a predictable process that can implement and simply plug into your busy life, right? So let's kind of get right into the video. So this is my metabolic priming blueprint, the blueprint that I run every single one of my clients through. But before I kind of get into the metabolic priming blueprint in general, you have to kind of understand what metabolic priming is and how your metabolism really works. So your metabolism is made up of 3 different areas: basal metabolic rate, thermic effect of food, active energy expenditure, right? So knowing this, we know that 60% of your metabolism is made up of essential body functions like breathing, blood flow, thinking, sleep, and organ function. So if you're in the process right now of starving yourself, you're stuck you're stuck in the skinny fat range, what you have simply done is you have crashed your metabolism, slowed your metabolism down to the point that your body thinks you're starving, so it wants to conserve all the food that you are eating just to supplement your essential body functions. So this comes into the process of metabolic adaptation, what metabolic adaptation really is, right? So metabolic adaptation is also called adaptive thermogenesis or diet fatigue. So over time, when you do start to diet and you start to diet very low in calories, or you restrict yourself for a super amount of time, your body will start to adapt, right? It's the body's survival mechanism to ensure that we have enough energy to perform essential body functions. Helps us with food times of scarcity, and today's food scarcity comes with purposeful caloric restriction, turning energy burning in the body to energy storage. Once you reach a certain weight loss plateau, your body can reach a certain survival mode where any extra energy is stored as fat to prevent you from losing too much weight. So this is what metabolic priming is, which is what I specialize in, a higher level nutrition strategy of actually manipulating your metabolism to eat more food, get to a lower body fat percentage, and be able to sustain it for long and get your body to adapt to eating a larger amount of calories. Imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have to eat under 2,000 calories. Imagine what your life would be like if you were eating 1,000 more calories than you are right now. You were able to go out to eat with friends and family. You're able to go to Thanksgivings, dinners, Christmases, holidays, and not have to worry about rebounding, because I've been there. I've been at the point where, I'm scared to go out to eat because the next day I know I'll be up 5 pounds. I'm scared to eat any carbohydrates, scared of carbohydrates because I know that I will go up in a little bit of weight the next day from eating carbs. And this is why I specialize in this. This is why I've learned this, because I've struggled with this majority of my life. And I've had 80% of it figured out. I've had 80% of how to get lean figured out. But that 20% is what has kept me stuck. And I'm here to show you that there is a better way, and you aren't stuck, right? You just don't have the correct information to get you where you need to be, right? So metabolic priming is the manipulation of cellular metabolism, turning the body from survival mode to food storage mode to burn more energy, raising your metabolic rate, right? So what I do for my clients is I manipulate their metabolism from going through survival mode, eating low amounts of calories, eating low amounts of carbohydrates, to turning their body into food burning mode, burning more food, supplementing their metabolism, growing muscle in the process, right? And this has been not only the most predictable, but the most sustainable way to lose body fat and eat more food, right? Kevin, down 35 pounds, 1,200 more calories. Ethan, 30 pounds up, lean as ever, 5,200 calories per day. Devin, 35 pounds down, 1,300 more calories per day. Mason, same weight, 1,300 more calories, per day in metabolic priming phase. 1,000 more calories up, lean as he's ever been. Christian, Phil, 60 pounds down, 1,200 more calories per day. My 50-year-old client, down 3 pounds, 700 calories more a day. Wagner has been only with me for a little under a month, a little over a month, 2 months. And he's up 700 more calories per day, and he's lean as he's ever been, right? Mason, 800 more calories a day, 10 pounds down, right? Byron, 15 pounds down, 1,200 more calories per day. Steven, 900 calories more per day, up 18 pounds. Tristan, same weight, 1,300 more calories per day. So now that you know that, one, this process is not only easy, but because you can eat more calories, but this is the social proof. This is proof that what we're doing in using a scientific approach to fat loss is working. And it's not only working, but it's giving my clients the sustainability they need to stay shredded for longer. So this is the last program that you'll ever need to learn, the last diet you'll ever need to learn. So let's kind of break down the metabolic priming blueprint even further. So the first thing we do with my new clients is I do my data collections. I anticipate what they've been doing, what we need to fix, their energy output, the goals that they have, their lifestyle, their work, how many steps they have per day at work. And so I can really dial in what they're doing so I know what to fix, know what to supplement their metabolism, know what to incorporate into their plans to, one, get their body to burn more calories, right? So I take the data collections and I do my data calculations as opposed to where we're going to be at the start date. And then we have my clients start on their start day where I set macronutrient goals. So a lot of you watching this right now have maybe been eating clean, right? You may have been tracking calories, but not tracking calories and not knowing what to hit protein, carbs, fats wise, and without tracking without a goal doesn't really mean anything. Right? So even if you are tracking calories, even if you are just simply tracking a protein intake, you don't necessarily know or have the knowledge of what to hit protein, carbs, fats wise to supplement your metabolism, get to a lower body fat percentage, and give your body exactly what you need to get to a leaner body fat percentage, right? So when you break down macronutrients in general, this is how macronutrients work. One, you have your protein, right? Which protein has a thermogenic effect of 30%, which means that every 100 calories of protein you eat, 30% of it gets broken down into the digestive process, right? So not only we're supplementing a higher protein intake for my clients and nailing their macronutrients with the protein. One, you're going to be able to eat more calories, build more muscle mass, and when you have more muscle mass, your body will need to intake more muscle mass, intake more calories to sustain that muscle mass, which increases your metabolism. So the science behind that is that it takes 8 calories to sustain 1 pound of muscle tissue. It takes 2 calories to sustain 1 pound of body fat. So simply having more muscle tissue will not only be able to let you eat more, but it'll also keep you leaner and make you look leaner, because having more muscle mass, if you take this dummy right here, most of you guys might be stuck in the skinny fat range, right? So let's take 15% body fat at 150 versus 15% body fat at 180. One, if you have 30 more extra pounds on you, your body needs, more calories to actually sustain that muscle tissue, but your muscles will push against your skin a little bit more, make that body fat to disperse evenly and make you appear leaner, right? So that kind of takes into account my clients like Steven, right, who's 18 pounds up, eating 900 more calories. He is 18 pounds up, but he's much leaner. Or my client Christian, 1,000 more calories a day, 15 pounds up, much, much leaner, right? Mason, 1,300 more calories per day, much, much leaner, right? So the more muscle tissue that you have, not only the more food that you can eat, but the leaner that you appear, right? So one, we nail the protein intake, and then we nail the fat intake, right? Which fat metabolizes hormone levels, right? It gets broken down to fatty acids. Extra fat is stored in fat cells, and it gives the body essential body functions to support cell functions and hormones, right? So we nail the protein intake. We nail the fat intake to stabilize hormone levels. And one, when you nail the fat intake, it also helps with digestion. So a lot of my clients come to me with overeating a little bit in fat intake, and we simply, one, correct their hormones, hit them with a higher protein intake, and not only do they, lose weight extremely fast, because a lot of people think that this process takes very long, right? My client right here, right? 8 pounds down in the first week. Rick here is 8 pounds down in 1 week, right? And here's the data to prove it, right? Because what we did with Rick here is, one, we give him a higher protein intake with a higher thermogenic effect. Then we give him a fat intake to stabilize hormone levels and free up digestion. And one, his stomach started to really very quickly deflate. His digestion started to get better. Or even, my client right here, 10 pounds down the first 4 weeks, right? 500 more calories per day. Andres has only been with me for a month, right? This is 1 month progress, 10 pounds down, 500 more calories per day by simply nailing macronutrients, right? So if you guys don't know the simple macronutrients of what you need to be hitting protein, calories, fats wise, tracking without a goal doesn't really mean anything. You're just trying to hit a goal that you can't even really see, right? And so nailing the protein intake, nailing the fat intake to free up digestion, just like this, my 1 week right here, right? My client Jaden, 1 week, freeing up digestion, higher protein intake with a higher thermogenic effect, his stomach instantly deflated, and within a week, he is already seeing visible abs, right? So even like my client, Reese here, 1,100 calories more per day, same body weight. But notice that he has more muscle tissue. So as he's losing body fat, he's gaining muscle tissue. So as you lose a pound of body fat, he's also gaining a pound of muscle tissue, right? Which then gives him a leaner look, right? So after we nail my client's protein and their fat intake, I then backfill the rest with carbohydrates to meet what they're already eating per day. So now, right off the bat, in week 1 within my client's program with the Metabolic Priming Blueprint, when we focus on hormonal priming and body recomposition, they're no longer eating any more calories than they're already eating, but now they have structure, right? They have structure around those calories, which gives them a very good body recomposition, because what we do is we use the formulas that I've created and I've been using for the past 7 years giving nutrition consultations. I simply plug their information into those formulas, and we know the protein intake, we know the fat intake, and then we nail the carb intake, which supports bodily functions. And if you're reminding you about the basal metabolic rate, which supports essential body functions, that's when we start raising metabolism. Since 60% of metabolism is made up of essential body functions, and carbohydrates support bodily functions, we use carbohydrates to our advantage to boost metabolism, to burn energy, to have more energy, and to get their body to burn more energy and go from energy storage mode into energy burning mode, right? So the rumors are true, right? Carbohydrates at a certain level, if you don't nail them correctly, they will put on extra body fat percentage, because extra carbohydrates gets broken down for glucose, and extra glucose is stored in the liver. So if you don't nail the carbohydrates right to where the point that you're getting your body exactly what it needs to raise your metabolism, one, you will gain extra body fat percentage, right? So there's a ton of fad diets out there that hate on carbohydrates, right? And it's just simply that you don't have the correct information on carbohydrates to know exactly what to eat. So you're building good muscle tissue, but you're also not putting any more glucose back in the form of, fat inside the liver, right? So nailing the macronutrients is one of the most important things about this entire process. Nailing these 3 macronutrients at a higher level will supplement protein intake, supplement metabolism, supplement getting your body to burn more food, but also getting you to build more muscle and be at a leaner body fat percentage, eating more food, right? I know you're thinking right now, like, there's just no way. How is all of his clients eating more food than they ever have and losing more body fat, right? And I completely get it. Like, I was skeptical about it too. But here's some of the client transformations, client testimonials that we currently have that have gone through the program and that are currently eating more than they ever have. Like Mason right here. Here's a transformation from Mason right here. You've gotten shredded. Your abs look like something off of Zac Efron Baywatch.
I am consuming more food each day and I'm getting leaner. It's crazy. It is crazy in so many ways. And
biggest focus is getting you really lean right off the bat, and we did just that. Transformation you made, eating 700 calories, you're down 10 pounds still, and you're lean. Most people don't accomplish that in years. You've done that, and I would say a little under 8 to 10 weeks range.
You helping me to find that missing link as far as the food aspect has really been a blessing. With your plan, on average, I'm in and out of the gym in 1 hour, but you really do go the extra mile as far as just being helpful and being there. If you're not willing to put in the time, to put in the cost, to put in the money, everything else to kind of invest in yourself, then why are we here?
So what I'm saying is that I completely understand how you think my process of metabolism manipulation seems out of this world, right? But think about this. Is it more realistic to try another one-size-fits-all fad diet, a cookie-cutter approach to losing body fat, or trying a higher-level nutrition strategy of metabolic priming and metabolism manipulation that has worked for me and 60 other of my clients to get lean as Mason is right here? And Mason doesn't put many hours into the gym. He doesn't put many hours into his nutrition. He works as a college professor where he works, long hours. He's doing, he's doing students papers at night. he doesn't put much hours into it. He just puts the right inputs into it. Because if you're not putting the right inputs in, you're not going to get the right outputs out, right? So like even my client Jake right here, right, down 14 pounds. He's down 17 pounds currently in just 1 month, right? And now he is eating 400 more calories per day. Currently, he's eating 1,000 more calories a day. This hasn't been updated. So here's what Jake said about eating more food and actually getting leaner and stronger. And he dropped 17 pounds in literally like 4 weeks, which is like just wicked as all get out. And now you're eating like what, like 4,000 calories and you're lean? Like,
I've probably been the leanest I've ever been. Yeah.
do you think your strength shot up pretty good?
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yeah, I'm strong. Going to diet, I do probably what everyone else does. I cut sodas and then I drink only water. Then I would just like do chicken, fish, steak, stuff like that. But what I didn't understand was tracking it to the macro. And I mean like to each specific, not the way we've been tracking wasn't the way I was tracking before. So
do you think that it was pretty easy for you to pick up the way I laid it out for you?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You can do it cheap, do it yourself, or you can do it right. You need to learn how to get unstuck. Adam's the person to get you out. For the people that didn't hear it in the back, Adam's the person to get you out.
So what we're saying here is that it doesn't take very much time. It just takes knowing how to do it correctly the first time. You could be spinning your wheels for months. You could spin your wheels for years. But if you don't have the correct information on protein, carbs, fats, wise, what you need to hit, you're just wasting your time, right? So, breaking down the metabolic priming blueprint further, in the metabolic priming phase, we prep your body for fat loss, right? So not only are we gaining muscle tissue, getting you leaner by incorporating, strength-based lifts and increasing your muscle tissue, allowing you to eat more food, look leaner, but we're also prepping you for even a fat loss phase, right? So when we prep you for a fat loss phase, what we do is, let me take this table right here and kind of explain it a little bit more in detail. So a lot of people who come to me are eating, 2,000 calories, doing a ton of cardio. Maybe you're not doing any cardio, but you're still starving yourself trying to get lean, all right? So you're right here, all while your BMR is down here because your body's not used to burning food at a high rate. So what you do is you try to lower those calories, raise your cardio, and you get stuck in a fat loss plateau, skinny fat, because when the body doesn't have enough energy to burn in the form of food, nutrition, it starts eating away at muscle tissue, which God's going called catabolic. Right? So if you go catabolic, one, you'll start to lose muscle tissue, lose strength, and when you lose muscle tissue, you will there appear to be more body fat because you don't have enough muscle tissue to press against that skin and make you look leaner. There's a lot of people go wrong and where they get caught in the skinny fat range. So what we do differently with metabolic priming is we slowly take your calories and we slowly start to raise you from here. We cut your cardio altogether. Start you at 10K steps. 10K steps to optimize digestion, to burn a little bit of calories. And what 10K steps is a form of low intensity cardio, which means it burns calories, but it's not highly inflammatory on your body. A lot of people who are eating very low amounts of calories doing a bunch of cardio, one, you're putting a ton of inflammation on your body. And when you put a ton of inflammation on your body and stress, your body it keeps you from wanting to lose any more weight or lose any more body fat because it's going into oh crap mode. Like you're putting so much stress that you can't gain any muscle tissue because your body's so inflamed, but you also can't lose any body fat because your body's so inflamed. So we cut cardio, do low intensity cardio to burn calories but also increase digestion, and we start raising these calories slowly with the cardio at 0. So over time, your BMR starts to slowly go up. So the reason why, if you've lost some weight in the past, if you've tried keto, intermittent fasting in the past, and you've lost the 20 pounds, the way you've lost 20 pounds before is not going to be the reason you lost the 20 pounds and kept it there and kept it off, because it's never been updated or customized to you, right? It's never been updated week by week based upon the progress that you're making and the body fat that you're losing, because those one-size-fits-all diets can't be customized and updated. As opposed to what we do is we slowly raise your calories week by week, update it. As you start to see progress and start to see fat loss, update it. Start to see more progress with fat loss, eating more food, and then we update it, supplementing your metabolism, increasing your calories over time, right? So now that, let's say X client gets to 3,600 calories doing zero cardio, right? So a good explanation for this would be my client Phil, right? Who is currently down 60 pounds, eating 1,200 more calories per day. Here's the data to prove it, right? 1,600 calories, he's at 3,600 calories, right? And he's down 60 pounds. What we did for Phil is we got him to 3,600 calories, right? Doing no cardio. And then we start to simply add cardio and lower the food intake. Because now his BMR was up here. And we're able to slowly lower this now that your body has adapted to eating large amounts of calories and has adapted its BMR to burn large amounts of calories. But now as soon as you add just 20 minutes of cardio and lower the food a little bit, you lose even more weight, right? Which then comes in the form of the fat loss phase, where we focus solely on fat loss by increasing your cardio and lowering food now that we have enough leverage to do so. Because if you're trying to lose body fat at 2,000 calories and doing tons of cardio, it's not very much leverage to get lower. And it's not very sustainable because you can't eat under 2,000 calories for the rest of your life and live a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, right? So we start lowering fat, lowering carbohydrates, increasing cardio slowly, weight freezes, add or lower calories or add activity. Weight becomes stagnant. I give my clients a structured refeed, which boosts metabolism, helps with keeping metabolism intact, and I do this by checking up on them week by week, making sure their body's not getting too much inflammation accrued. It's that their body is losing weight at a rapid rate, and we check up on them week by week, how they look, how they feel, and their overall cognitive and physical health to know if we should give them more food to supplement a little more metabolism, and we put them back in the fat loss phase. So the reason why this is so predictable is because this is a system. Right? This is a system based upon the customization of what you need to get to lower body fat percentage, right? So let's say, Phil, for instance, loses 60, he's lost 60 pounds, right? He's looked probably the best he ever has in his entire life. Transformation he made is like absolutely incredibly unreal. But now he's going on vacations, right? He just got back from vacation like last week. He's able to sustain it, eat 3,600, calories and stay within that current calorie amount and be able to have flexibility in his life because he's not eating super low amounts of calories in his more, but his body's adjusted to eating more calories. If you guys are wondering how guys on social media are eating 3,000 calories, 3,500 calories, but they're still six-pack shredded, this is how, because they do it the right way. They do it based upon what their body needs down to the actual science to keep them leaner for longer and allow them to have a flexible dieting lifestyle between the two of them. No understanding how to track macronutrients down to what exactly you need, right? So as soon as Phil gets done the fat loss phase, say he's at 2,500 calories, he's down 80 pounds now, and he's like, I am good. Like, I want to stay here. I just want to be comfortable for a bit. Beautiful. So what we do, we, put him in his goal physique. He has 2,500 calories day to day to make sure he stays under. Because when you're understanding calories, macronutrients, micronutrients, calories are how it fluctuates your weight, right? If Phil eats more than 2,500 calories, he'll gain weight. If he eats under 2,500 calories, he'll lose weight. But macronutrients are how you look, like cosmetically look. So nailing macronutrients gives you the cosmetic lower body fat percentage. So I teach all my clients the 80-20 rule. At least at 80% of the time, we're nailing our macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats, and 20% of time, if we want to follow calories and just use our calorie bank when we're going out to eat with dinners, family members, vacations, you won't gain or lose any weight. And when you get right back on your macronutrients, you'll get that cosmetic look right back. And then micronutrients are how you feel. So certain food groups, which I teach my clients on how to feel good, how to perform better cognitively in the workspace, and so on and so on. And then, when we get them to the goal physique, we give them not only sustainability, but now they have better health, sustainable results, nutritional knowledge on how to manipulate their body. Because I don't just tell my clients what to do. I teach them week by week what their body needs. Because my goal for all my clients is, at the end of the program when we're done working together, be able to send them on their way, knowing with absolute clarity that I gave them everything that they need to know to create a sustainable lifestyle and to stay lean for longer, and what their body needs if they ever want to do this themselves. And so now they have better confidence, dating, longevity, discipline, and they look good, feel good, and client testimonial. All right. So that's the entire breakdown. And even like with, the growing phase is basically the same thing. The difference is that you add calories instead of lower calories. But it's the same thing. But this system that I've created is just predictable, right? Because it's a system to follow. It's a customizable system to follow based upon what you exactly need, right? So as opposed to trying a one-size-fits-all diet like keto, intermediate fasting, using this will set you up long-term with better health, more longevity, better, confidence, better dating, living a healthier dieting lifestyle. And I teach all of these things within my personal coaching program. So this is the back-end modules for my one-on-one coaching program, where I teach them all higher level nutrition strategies, right? Like MyFitnessPal walkthrough, a food scale tutorial, right? How to track macronutrients tutorial. What should you eat? Protein, carbs, and fats, which is going to have an actual grocery list of how to create your own grocery list. Flexible dieting, so you can go out to eat with friends and family and stay within your calories and create a sustainable lifestyle between both living a healthy lifestyle but enjoying things you love to do. Hungry after meals late at night, and even down to advanced nutrition like nutrition planning for drinking alcohol, pre and post workout nutrition. If you're having poor digestion, even vacation planning, if you're going on vacation, right? And then we have world-class mindset and then tools and assets within the program as well, right? So the reason why my clients are seeing the best progress on the face of the internet is because I'm giving them tools and resources they need, but not only that, I'm giving them the accountability and guidance they need. Because you could be the most educated nutrition scientist in the world. You could have all the information in the world, but if you are not doing this and implementing this every day and having someone to keep you accountable and make sure you're doing what needs to be done, you're going to make no progress. So the reason why my clients are seeing 30 pounds down, 35 pounds down, 30 pounds up and shredded, and all of these guys are just shredded as all can be, is because I give them the proper guidance and the proper knowledge on how to do this and how to create sustainability long term, right? So now that you kind of know how great my Metabolic Priming Blueprint is and how it's simply obviously the key to all your problems, right? The key to your fat loss problems, the key to your confidence problems, the key to be able to perform better at work and make more money. Now that you know that it's one of the most easiest processes to learn, but also most sustainable long term, like how great would that be, and how great would your life be if you didn't have to starve yourself to get lean? If you didn't have to stay at very low calories to get lean? If you didn't have to be scared of certain foods or carbohydrates to get lean, but you actually had more muscle tissue? You walked in the room with stature. Like, you walked in the room like you take care of yourself, right? Like, what would your life be like if you made that commitment to yourself to get into my program and let me teach you what you need to know? Because the truth is that you could be stuck like me. 3 years, figuring out what works and what doesn't. Banging my head against the wall, mad as hell, they thinking that I had it figured out, but I wasn't able to keep it long term, because I know how it feels, right? I had 80% of it figured out, but that 20% that helped me go from 222 right here to my dream body at 173 and sustain it long term and have my dream body was a simple investment in myself and getting a mentor and investing in a program that would teach me what I need, teach me nutrition at a higher level, and learn the things that I need to learn, right? And now I would love to teach every single one of you that, because if you don't make this investment in yourself, you don't make the leap forward, you could stay stuck the rest of your life not knowing what it would be like to have your dream body, right? When the simple correct inputs reflect the outputs, right? And you could pay for things in two separate ways. You can pay for information in two separate ways. And time, like I have figured out what worked and what didn't, or in a simple investment in yourself to learn it the correct way, faster, the first time, without all the frustrations, right? And I understand. And I've been there. But at some point, you need to plant your flag in the sand and say, this is the day that I make this investment, that I make the leap of faith to reach my dream body and understand and educate myself on how to keep it long term, how to feel better, how to have better dating, how to have better relationships, how to perform better at work. Because having your dream body, understanding nutrition, understanding how to live a healthy lifestyle, there is nothing that can replace that, right? There is no investment in the world that outweighs the value of what you get for having a great body and great mind and great health. So I would love to change your life, and I would love to give you exactly what you need to get there, to stay there long term, and to give you the exact information on what your body needs, protein, carbs, fats, to eat more food, get to 10% body fat, and stay there long term, and finally reach your dream body. So this, you can either go two separate ways. One, you can go back to trying new things, trying something new you've seen on the internet, trying the PDF that you got from your local trainer who just kind of gave it to you and like kind of let you go. Or you can let me teach you, give you the accountability and guidance you need to reach your dream body, keep you there for longer, and absolutely change your life. And I would love to do so. So one, you can stay stuck where you're at right now, or you can go to the link in this description, fill out a one-on-one time for us to sit down and talk and see if I can help you and see if it's a good fit for us to work together. And if I can, I would love to build you out some higher level strategies, show you what it look like to partner up, and I would love to get you going, and I would love to change your life. I'll see you on the call.